Liv Morgan winning SummerSlam against Rhea Ripley confirmed. We're going to talk about that. Before we get into that, though, I do want to talk about what's been swarming the internet as far as the details concerning what happened to the Judgment Day's Clubhouse and what was going on in the promo package for Liv Morgan, where she essentially turned into Bride of Chucky. And Chucky became Dirty Dom. So what we're going to talk about here in this instance is my entire channel has been built up to the culmination of this storyline between Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, and we are going to see the first encounter of potential many between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, because I don't believe this is going to end at SummerSlam. No. I believe this is just the beginning, and that we are going to see this feud reach its apex probably by 2025 or something like that. But I do believe that what we are being set up for is the implosion of the Judgment Day. I believe that is right around the corner, and it's going to potentially happen at SummerSlam. I think it's pretty obvious that somebody is going to interfere in this match between Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. And now I'm not so sure that it's going to be Dominic. Now, if you've been following this channel concerning the Rhea Ripley Liv Morgan feud as it progresses, then you already know that I believe fully that Finn Balor is going to be a part of this Liv Morgan victory in some form or another. He is going to turn on the Judgment Day at some point. What I am getting a little caught up in is, are we being led to believe that Dominic is going to turn and it's actually going to be Finn? Are they going to set up a scenario where Dominic Mysterio is actually cheered? I can't envision that. For the life of me, it is hard for me to picture it, or was hard for me to picture it until this past Monday. And then looking at all of the details surrounding what was going on at the Judgment Day Clubhouse, what was going on in Liv Morgan's promo package. And now I'm starting to wonder if we are going to be cheering Dominic Mysterio going into 2025. Never thought I would say that, but all signs are pointing to the fact that we may see Dominic Mysterio cheered. Could be unprecedented. I don't know if we're ready for that. I don't know if we're ready to not boo Dominic Mysterio. It would be an interesting character change for Dominic. Is he ready for that? Is he ready to become a fiery babyface? Is he ready for that switch? I really don't know. But let's talk about the details surrounding what happened this past Monday, and then we'll go over what could possibly happen at SummerSlam. So if you were paying attention to the Clubhouse scene, or if you were on Twitter at all, it was all over the place. There were specific details concerning what was trashed in the Judgment Day Clubhouse and what remained essentially unscathed. Now, if you look closely, and we're going to show some of these photos because we're going to go full detective mode here. If you key in a little bit in the background, you see that there are X's on all of the eyes and scratch outs on all of the members of the Judgment Day except for Finn Balor. And then if you look on this other scene, as we're going to queue up in a second here, towards the back, Finn Balor's suitcase and you know, a lot of his belongings untouched, right? So this can go a couple of ways here. Was it Finn Balor that trashed the Judgment Day's Clubhouse? Was it made to seem like it was Liv Morgan, and was it actually Finn Balor that actually did the destruction to the Judgment Day Clubhouse? And if he did do the destruction of the Clubhouse, was he acting alone, or was this because of what they did to Liv? Was Finn Balor the shoulder that Liv Morgan cried on after being shunned by Dominic Mysterio, where he essentially turned into his quote-unquote father, Eddie Guerrero, and said, I don't want you around, Asa. You got to get out of here. And now we're seeing what is being formulated here, which is a big feud between Rhea Ripley, Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, and Liv Morgan. I can see it now, clear as day, that we might be seeing that going forward. I just can't wrap my head around. It's crazy to imagine that we might be cheering Dominic Mysterio. I don't know why. I just find it so hard to believe that. I mean, a part of me would like to see that all of this, like, fighting off of Liv Morgan and being strong actually leads to a happy ending with Dominic and Rhea. Gonna get flamed for that, but it would be an interesting character change for once, where it wasn't the swerve that we thought, and we actually get something like Finn Balor, who's like, you know, you don't know what to do with a woman like Liv, and you know, like, it'd be nice for a change to see something like that, because Finn, for a while, if you've been following Judgment Day, has seemingly been disgruntled, you know, like he you know, he's a man without a home, you know, like, I mean, being shunned in all these places, being sent as kind of like the lapdog, like he doesn't want to be in the shadow of Damian Priest or Rhea Ripley any longer. And it really does seem like he's like third fiddle here in the Judgment Day, or even fourth fiddle actually, behind Dominic Mysterio lately, and he's going to try and carve his own path and make his own way. So going into SummerSlam, and I'm going to be there live, I really want to see how this is going to play out. Are we going to see Finn Balor interrupt this match, or is he going to show up during the Damian Priest Gunther match? Like, this is going to be this is going to be interesting, because I believe the fallout from Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan is going to have a tidal wave effect into the championship match with Damian Priest and Gunther, and it's going to be the thing that cost Damian Priest the match at the end of the day. You are going to see Rhea Ripley fall victim to Liv Morgan, and then Gunther beat Damian Priest. So there's going to be two pivotal losses there, and they're going to be the two centerpieces that end up crumbling the Judgment Day at its foundation. The implosion, that's going to be the story coming out of SummerSlam, is the fact that the Judgment Day as we know it will be no more. And it's going to be fascinating. And yeah, as I'm saying all of this and trying to wrap all of this around, because it was a lot of details, and there was people with sharp observant eyes that were checking this out on Monday, I am going to say that I believe Finn Balor and Liv Morgan will walk out of SummerSlam as a power couple, and we will see Dominic Mysterio, Rhea Ripley, and Damian Priest left in the ashes of the Judgment Day to try to pick up what's left and put themselves back together. And I think what you might see is Damian Priest try to distance himself from the Judgment Day, Dominic and Rhea as a power couple going forward, feuding with Finn Balor and Liv Morgan. I think you can get some great stuff out of that. And then eventually Damian Priest returns and battles Finn Balor. It's hard to even say, but face in peril, Dominic Mysterio. I mean, does he end up reconciling with his father? You know, there's just all of these pieces where, yeah, I mean, he's already beaten his father, Rey Mysterio, so you kind of lose that luster, you know, for that big moment. He's already beaten his father, so, I mean, what's left going forward for a heel Dominic? I really don't know. I'm at a loss for words here. And being so enthralled in this story as I have, you've all been following with me on this journey for this story. It's left me almost at a loss for words here to even say, because I would have said all these other videos back. You go back and look, and I've said over and over again, I just don't see Dominic being the heel, or being the face here, rather. But then it's like you got to leave room for Finn Balor and Liv Morgan, and you don't want Dominic to be around as the little lapdog. There's just no room for him there. Where there's room is he teaming with Rhea Ripley to go against Finn Balor and Liv Morgan. And hey, if you want me to play armchair booker here, I can also say that Buddy Matthews re-signed with AEW. So Buddy Matthews is not coming to the WWE anytime soon. So that is off the table. So you won't see the real power couple in Buddy Matthews and Rhea Ripley together at all on WWE television. So you are left with this little gap here where the Terror Twins could be interesting, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, but what's the overall goal you have for Damian Priest? He's going to be a former champion after SummerSlam. You probably want him in a different role, kind of as a rebel, kind of with a darker side here as a new face. You want him to be more of a badass. So you're probably going to be leaving Rhea Ripley alone. So then you might as well keep her with Dominic, but then receive the adulation and the cheers, and then you sort this new couple with Finn and Liv out, which they look good together. I mean, they've got the look. They're both attractive human beings. They both got the leather jackets, the dark clothes, the look. They've got the look. I can see them together. They're like the same height. No, I'm just kidding. But, there's a lot of little parallels there between them. Demon Finn Balor walking around and cackling, evil, laughing Liv Morgan in the background. I like it. So much so that I'm going to say it in this channel. I'm going to say Finn Balor, Liv Morgan walk out of SummerSlam, leaving Rhea Ripley and Dominic and Damian Priest shocked. What's going to happen with JD McDonough? What's going to happen with Carlito? Whatever's going to happen, I know for them it's probably not going to be cool. But I do see JD McDonough kind of like sticking around. They could really go Lost Boys with this and turn Finn Balor into this like vampire type guy. I'm going crazy with it. But yeah, I can totally see it. So that it remains to be seen. I'm not going to say 100% certainty. I am no news reporter or journalist or anything like that. So I'm not reporting the news, but just observing television, just observing what happened on Raw and observing what's going on social media and how crazy these detectives are going by keying in on all these details, it seems to be pretty obvious that we're going to see Finn Balor and Liv Morgan together at SummerSlam. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Hit me up in the comments. Contrarian opinions are welcome. I'd like to see what you guys think. Is it going to be Rhea and Dominic Mysterio together? Is Dom going to go with Liv Morgan? Is he going to cost Rhea the championship? There's still a lot at play here. I mean, Finn does not necessarily have to get involved in that match. It's the Priest and Gunther match that's the one that you want to look out for with Finn Balor involved. But is Dom accidentally going to cost Rhea the match, and then Rhea's going to side-eye Dom and be like, what are you doing? Do I even trust you? You're actually around Liv. And he's going to say, no, you got to believe me. And then later it becomes revealed that it's Finn Balor and Liv together. I mean, that could be a huge story arc as well. The trusting issue between Rhea and Dom. Are they going to play that out on SummerSlam? Or are they going to wait for Raw? All of this is all out there, and I can't wait to see how it unravels. I just like to talk about it, you guys, but I am going to be sitting there watching it live just like you guys are August the 3rd to see how it all plays out. Leave a thumbs up on the way out, you guys. Thank you for everything that you've done. You keep this channel alive. I couldn't have done it without you. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for being active in this community as ever, and I appreciate all of your help, you guys. You have entered the portal of pro wrestling. Wrestling fans, as always, stay tuned for more.